Hollywood heavyweight Leonardo DiCaprio has reportedly delivered a scathing critique of Meghan Markle's podcast, throwing the Duchess of Sussex's media aspirations into disarray. In a move that has rocked both the entertainment and royal commentary spheres, DiCaprio didn't hold back, branding her podcast efforts as inauthentic and even going as far as labeling Meghan a con artist cloaked in royal fame. His comments have sparked intense backlash and renewed skepticism around Meghan's brand, her intentions, and her growing presence in the Hollywood elite. For years, Meghan Markle has positioned herself as a voice for empowerment, mental health, and social justice. But many argue that behind this polished image lies a carefully constructed narrative designed more for profit and attention than real impact. Leonardo DiCaprio, known not only for his acting prowess but also for his deep involvement in environmental and humanitarian causes, appears to have seen through the facade. And he's not alone. According to insiders close to DiCaprio, the actor was deeply unimpressed after listening to episodes of Meghan's now-defunct Archetypes podcast, which was pulled from Spotify after just one season despite a multi-million-dollar deal. The show, which aimed to deconstruct stereotypes that hold women back, was widely criticized for lacking depth, originality, and authenticity. DiCaprio reportedly referred to it as manufactured advocacy, a platform less about helping others and more about keeping Meghan relevant. What makes DiCaprio's alleged criticism so damning is that he's long been considered a quiet supporter of Meghan and Harry, having distanced himself from royal politics in the past. His willingness to publicly speak out signals a shift in Hollywood sentiment. Meghan's appeal is wearing thin, and her perceived self-serving use of the royal tag is becoming harder to ignore. The numbers support this downturn. Spotify pulled the plug on their $20 million deal with Meghan and Harry after just 12 episodes, citing a failure to meet productivity benchmarks. Netflix, another key player in the couple's media ventures, has reportedly grown cold toward them after initial excitement. Their content, critics say, lacks the gravitas and creativity expected at such a high price point. Meghan's brand, once fueled by royal drama and PR-savvy storytelling, is being called out for what it may truly be, a hollow vessel wrapped in luxury but empty in sincerity. Even more telling is the public reaction. Once embraced as a modern-day symbol of resistance against outdated royal norms, Meghan now finds herself at the center of mounting criticism, not just from tabloids but from influential figures like DiCaprio who command real cultural sway. Social media erupted following the comments, with many users echoing the sentiment that Meghan's activism feels scripted, her interviews staged, and her podcast a vanity project disguised as empowerment. It's worth noting that DiCaprio has a reputation for working with people of integrity both on and off-screen. His environmental nonprofit, the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, has raised millions for climate change initiatives and is widely respected in philanthropic circles. For someone like him to publicly dismiss Meghan's platform as exploitative carries real weight. He reportedly told a colleague she uses real issues as marketing angles. That's not activism. That's branding. The backlash comes at a particularly vulnerable time for Meghan, who has been trying to rebrand herself in the American celebrity sphere after stepping down from royal duties in 2020. But her attempts, from podcasting to children's books to speculative beauty ventures, have struggled to gain lasting traction. Instead, she appears to rely heavily on the shock value of royal estrangement and victimhood narratives, which are beginning to lose their appeal. In stark contrast, DiCaprio's actions show consistency with his values. Whether it's skipping high-profile events to support climate causes or backing underdog filmmakers, he has carved a space in Hollywood that blends fame with substance. His critique of Meghan seems to be less about personal animosity and more about calling out what he perceives as misuse of public platforms for personal gain, a theme that resonates with a growing portion of the public and industry insiders alike. As Meghan's team scrambles to recover from the fallout, the overarching message is becoming harder to ignore: authenticity matters. And in an industry that is increasingly driven by transparency and accountability, Meghan's carefully curated public image may no longer be enough to maintain her foothold. With DiCaprio's voice added to the chorus of criticism, her media empire, already on shaky ground, faces an uncertain future. This isn't just about a failed podcast. It's about trust, credibility, and the cost of selling a narrative too many times. Meghan Markle might have started with public sympathy, but as Hollywood heavyweights like Leonardo DiCaprio speak out, the tide may finally be turning against her. Meghan Markle might have started with public sympathy, but as Hollywood heavyweights like Leonardo DiCaprio speak out, the tide may finally be turning against her. The Duchess of Sussex's initial appeal rested on her perceived vulnerability, a biracial woman navigating the archaic and rigid system of the British monarchy. Her 2021 Oprah interview with Prince Harry was viewed by millions, casting her as a victim of institutional oppression. But in the years since, repeated media appearances and commercial ventures have painted a very different picture. Critics argue that instead of evolving into a grounded, philanthropic leader, Meghan has leaned into victimhood as a brand, commodifying personal struggles for headlines and lucrative deals. Leonardo DiCaprio's reported criticism struck a nerve precisely because it came from someone outside the usual circle of royal watchers and tabloid columnists. When a respected actor and activist like DiCaprio speaks out, the message hits differently. His comment that Meghan is using real issues as marketing angles isn't just an opinion, it reflects a wider frustration among celebrities and influencers who believe she's exploiting social causes for personal gain, rather than contributing meaningfully to them. This critique aligns with previous reports from Spotify executives who allegedly called the Sussexes grifters after their lackluster content output. Their failure to produce anything substantial beyond a handful of podcast episodes despite multi-million-dollar deals has raised serious questions about their work ethic and intentions. Meghan's podcast Archetypes, marketed as a progressive series to break down the labels holding women back, delivered little more than celebrity chit-chat and repetitive anecdotes, far from the revolutionary content it promised. Meanwhile, Meghan's attempts to solidify her personal brand in Hollywood, from launching a lifestyle blog to rumors of a skincare line, have been met with lukewarm responses. Even sympathetic voices are beginning to ask, what does Meghan actually stand for, beyond her royal connection? As more influential figures grow disillusioned with her narrative, Meghan Markle's carefully managed image is starting to crack, revealing what many now suspect is less substance and more strategy.